So no worries, like guys, I'm like apologizing for the time delay, which I would hopefully compensate. But yeah, you can fill in the questions. In case if your questions are not being answered, then I believe we can answer it post the session. So now we would move on to the next session. I would just present my screen. Let me just do that. Okay. So yes, this is something that we all would not be aware of. So it's battery swapping model for three-wheelers. It will be delivered by Mr. Chetan Guglani. Mr. Guglani is a data science AL and ML enthusiast, and he has completed post-graduation in data science and engineering. He's currently working as a business analyst in Charger with a demonstrated history of working in banking and finance domain in the e-mobility sector. So he has got a strong professional and he has got the unstoppable urge to learn and improve the professional skills. So I hope that he sheds some of his knowledge to us today about the battery swapping model. Mr. Chetan, I believe you can present your screen because I believe I have made you the co-host.
Yeah, sure. Thank you for inviting us for this seminar. Hi everyone. So, do you want me to put up a screen?
Yeah, that would be great. I mean, if you can present your screen, it would be great.
Yeah. Just a second.
You can command your screen.
Yeah, so sure. My screen is visible.
Yes, it is visible.
Okay. All right. I'll brief about myself first. So it's very hard to fill in Mr. Varun Goenka's shoes since the co-founder and CEO of ChargeUp, but I'll try to do my best. And about me, I'm working in ChargeUp for the last 2 years as a business analyst, leading the data team and a support to role for the operations and management also. So about ChargeUp, we started back in 2019. So we were one of the first who identified that yes, there is a need of a battery swapping both for the B2C and B2B domain, since there is a whole of a need at that time. So we started at that time, 2019, and at ChargeUp, so we offer battery as a service model, so which is called BaaS. So we do give battery on lease to our driver partners, be it in a B2C or B2B, where they come to the station, they swap their batteries, they swap their discharge battery, the charge batteries through our dealership network. So currently, we are having a vast network in Delhi, in complete Delhi NCR. The major stations are operating over there. So initially, when we started in 2019, we just started up with few stations, because at that time we were evaluating about the product, because it's a new in the market. There wasn't much players back then going to battery swapping, but before expanding our business, before going on a full throttle, we want to just look out over the product and the need in the market by analyzing the drivers and the dealers' behavior, their need. So for good 1.5 years, we operated with few stations, understood the product, we tested our product in various conditions, in various weather conditions, and throughout in different places in Delhi. So when we got to know, yes, driver partners, dealer partners are acknowledging it, they're happy to go, we are solving their problems, dealers are earning. So we started expanding in a full fledged. We started expanding then. So on month, we are opening up new stations and covering major number of EVs in Delhi. So we have a vision that yes, by 2025, so battery swapping market, we know that battery swapping market by 2025 will be 30 crores market, 30,000 crore market. Majorly, battery swapping comes for the commercial vehicles only, be it e-rickshaw, e-loaders, or for two-wheelers. Majorly, 90% of the market covers e-rickshaws for now, but two-wheelers, loaders also coming in for the past few months. But two-wheelers are such the product which is coming into the market, and this is going on a good pace as now. So, what are we solving? Apart from the certain other problems that we are solving for e-rickshaw drivers, that our partners, one of the major points is the range and the capex. Range. So when we talk about B2B domain, one of the barrier for them is there's a range. No EV can provide. No, they have a, so giving you a number, they have a need of around 150 kilometers on a daily basis. For now, there is no vehicle that can provide such range with one charge. And we go out for charge that B2B market won't be suffice that. You can't lose the good number of hours in a day when you have to work by charging your vehicles. The range anxiety for the EVs, B2B or B2C both, because in B2B it's a downtime for charging time. In B2C for e-rickshaw drivers, uh, their revenue goes down because they have to charge their vehicles 4 to 5 hours in a single day in a day's time when they can run the vehicle. So they lose out the revenue when they have to come back and charge their vehicles. Capex in another thing, because you must be aware that in EV battery is something that plays a major cost of a vehicle, that contributes to the major cost of a vehicle. So when you talk about the lithium-ion battery or the lead acid battery, the cost on so around 40% of the vehicle cost is for the batteries. And the major part, the lead acid batteries, which are running in the market, so they run about they have a life of around 6 months. So after every 6 months, they have to incur a cost and they replace their batteries. But with the battery swapping, they don't have to invest anything. They just, they can earn on a daily basis, no investment, no recurring investment. That's a capex that we are solving upfront from them. Battery swapping is more or less like we can't say, we don't say that we are touching on ground, we are going in the same level as a Indian Oil. But yes, we have a vision that we want to be like an Indian Oil of EV industry, since the model is same. The people go to the station, refuel their vehicle, and when it comes to battery swapping, e-vehicle come to the station, swap their batteries. It's more or less the same. That we are refueling the vehicle either for the traditional fuel or with the electricity. We have a mission that yes, by 2027 we will be powering 1 million EVs. We as a we can say yes, we as a battery as a service model, but also energy as a service. So also I would like to add one more thing here. When we talk about 1 million EVs, we are not just saying that we will be solving out the B2C problem. We'll be powering e-rickshaw drivers, be it delivery partners, major delivery partners, the one who is into logistics. But we want, as a charger, we will be called as that. Let's say you're delivering something from Amazon, right? And through EV, and it comes to your place. So we want to be called as that packet, that particular consignment is powered by charger. That's our vision too. Simple, we work on the same 2x model. It's a 2-minute swap. Driver can come to a station. They don't have to wait. They just can come to a station, give their discharge battery, take out the charge one in just 2 minutes. We'll be opening up. We have a good number of stations in Delhi. We'll be opening up with new stations. In every 2 kilometers, we have station charge up. Driver can go anywhere, any part of a Delhi, anywhere. They can swap their batteries, not to a particular station, but anywhere in Delhi. And yes, due to range, since we are solving the range anxiety problem, they will be able to earn 2x revenue. Come to the next slide. Yeah. So how does it operate? Like I said, driver comes to a station. If the driver is onboarded for the first time, so the lead acid battery they're using, they sell it out in the second market, and they come to a station front end. They say that yes, I want to get on board. They issue a set of battery or a single battery to them, and he or she starts swapping from there. So next time he comes to a station, when the battery is discharged, he comes to a station, take out the discharge one, take out the charge one, pays the the charge, that is subscription he has taken, and goes to the field again, and we at the back end do the charging part. Okay, so it's very important here, and that operating a BSS, we need to maintain a ratios, be it battery is to vehicle ratio or battery is to driver ratio. for the better efficiency of a battery. So we don't want, so no one wants that their battery should be left idle. There's a less utilization. So we always want, and we do that. And by analyzing certain factors that what should be the ratio at different parts of Delhi, the different ratio can change upon depending on the usage. So the battery is the battery to vehicle ratio and as well as battery to driver ratio that we maintain. So let's say uh, 10 drivers come to a station. We have 10 number of batteries at a particular station. Driver comes and 7 batteries he has taken. 7 drivers have taken a battery and we are left with 3 batteries at our station. So hierarchy it follows. Driver comes back. That out of those 3 batteries, 1 batteries he takes and the discharge one goes into charging the charger and it gets charged. So we always maintain there should be for the swapping purpose, there should be a inventory at the backend that should be ready and charged whenever it comes to station. Since we are following up a 2-minute swap, per day, so we have to maintain that issue. So battery driver comes to station, he does the swapping, we give the charge battery, then discharge. We do the charging of this battery, and it moves on. So it's a queue. So again, depending on the usage, number of chargers that we have in the station based on the batteries, might be a case that battery is still charging there's no battery that is, there is no slot the battery can charge that recently came into station. So it's a queue. Battery comes to the station. Let's say 2 batteries are in front of him. That needs to be charged first. It gets charged, then the second one, the third one. Again, when battery gets discharged, we pull it out, give this to a driver, and same process repeats again. So commercially, how does it work? So since battery, like I told, 40% or 50% of the battery cost in the total EVs of a battery only. So BSS, so what we do that we give battery on lease to EV owners to a dealership that they don't have to own, and battery degradation, charging, discharging, maintenance, labor costs are all incurred by the BSS. In case of swapping service, customer just have to pay the fixed service or the subscription that he has chose. We have different kind of subscription that he has chose. So he does have to pay that. There's no investment for him, no purchase, nothing. All the cost, all the discharging, charging, maintenance, labor, everything, it is all battery life. Obviously, it cost degraded, incurred by us only. So different electricity cost. Again, we have borne that. This can explain profit by providing service to system as a voltage support. Again, the electricity thing. Yes, one of the major part, what made us do this, that the user experience. That I told you that we did 1.5 years of completely this survey to test our product, to test our service, to analyze the drivers, dealers, how they work out. So what are you solving? So ideally, with the lead-acid battery, in a complete day, in lead-acid battery, you can't run more than for 70 to 80 kilometers. Why? Because a lead-acid battery takes 10 hours of charging. So let's say driver charges a battery at night. The complete night, he has charges battery, and he goes out in the morning. He goes out in the field in the morning, runs for let's say 50 kilometers, 60 kilometers. Then again, he has to come back, charge their vehicle for 3-4 more hours. Then he will be able to run for 30-40 kilometers again. But with us, it's just a 2-minute swap. Driver don't have to wait for those 3 to 4 hours in a day. They can run continuously, they want to, and cover most of the kilometers. Then again, since 80 kilometers travel per day versus 200 kilometers, yes, driver can run that. Most our drivers do that actually. They run more than 200 kilometers in a single day. When they run more, they earn more. They can take a long routes. There is no range anxiety. Driver can take long routes. They can do a delivery. They can go from A point to B point. Let's cover around 32 kilometers. But with the lead-acid battery, they can't run on that front. The next part is investment. Like I told, for the lead-acid battery, the cost is somewhere around 25,000, 30,000. They have a life of 6 months. So they do incur a cost each and every time. And with us, there is no investment. They earn on a daily basis, pay to us on a daily basis, or weekly or monthly, whatever they want to do. And they do that. One of the most important factor is the weight of battery. So lead-acid battery comes with 4 batteries. They have to run with 4 batteries. But with us, with the brand model, we run with 2 batteries. there's 100 kg of weight that we reduces from them, and that's more than a passenger weight. So this is what we are solving for them, and drivers, each e-rickshaw drivers are happy to be part of our the charge up, because we are solving most of the problem for them without any extra cost. So we have testimonials of various drivers that during their surveys at they are earning what they used to earn, they are earning more, they are able to pay up their vehicle finance costs, because when driver come finance their vehicle, so without, if they finance their vehicle without batteries, they have a lower EMI and they can able to pay their EMI in a convenient way. But with a battery, when they purchase a vehicle and that battery life goes away in the 6 months, they have to incur a higher cost. But coming to us, they have to pay a low EMI, and they are able to pay it in a good way by earning more and the low EMI cost. Good win-win situation for them, for the testimonial driver. Yeah, so I think that's it from my side. And questions you have?
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Chetan, for that
Yeah.
wonderful presentation. I think we do have a question. Let me just check. Yes, Mr. Anand has asked, is it like oxygen saved or like carbon dioxide saved?
So we have mitigated the CO2.
Okay. So it's
Every
carbon
kilometer that we
oxide.
run, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
every kilometer we run, we have saved a lot of CO2. And
Okay, great. So that was the idea about that, like they have offsetted the, carbon emissions, which is nothing but trying to generate more oxygen. And I think
right,
next
right.
question is about most of the charging stations given in the Google Maps are not functional. I think it's more of a statement than a question. Any lights on that point, Mr. Chetan?
So what we have put up, so it's all functional, and
Mhm.
so we work on a model on a hub and spoke. So
Mhm.
there are stations, majority of the stations are stations which are working enough with a good number of EVs, not
Mhm.
on a smaller number. Next day, there are smaller few stations that want to work with a low number of EVs due to their space problem or something like that. But yes, all are functional. All the stations are functional, and
Mhm.
dealer having a good ROI. Dealers are happy. Drivers are happy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's really an insightful thought. And yeah, I think I can say one thing, that you can just try to, call the person in the Google, like they would have given the contact numbers. So
Okay.
maybe you
Okay.
can like confirm and then try to go for the charging station rather than traveling all the way, because who knows, while coming you won't have the charge. So
Right.
right. So for different batteries, SOH is depending on usage. So how the swapping is made. So Mr. Sai Babu has a question for you, Mr. Chetan.
So currently we are going with only one set of batteries for the one
Mhm.
vendor, and
Mhm.
that is agnostical to all EVs. We can put onto all EVs. That is
Mhm.
made in such way.
Mhm.
So state of health is different, but yes, over the time, no, the state of health is something which is not hampering your
Mhm.
functionality. It degrades your life, but not in terms of performance.
Okay,
Yeah.
that answers
So
the question, I guess, Mr. Sai. So thank you so much, Mr. Chetan, for joining us. I hope you
thank you
enjoy
so much,
your
Ashwin.
evening.
It was
Yes,
nice having over the call here.
yes. We are so glad that you came. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
now, so now we can move on to the next session. It will be presented by Mr. Tarun Kumar. So it's again going to be about battery swapping model, but it's going to be about two-wheelers. So Mr. Tarun has started his career in the automotive and industrial battery manufacturer market for about a decade. He has been working in multiple startups, and he has moved towards developing the electrical vehicle battery swapping infrastructure. So he is a competent professional with more than 11 years of experience in the sales.
Visible?
Yes, Mr. Tarun, I think your screen is visible, but it's blank. I think I can't see anything.